Okay, the final game tonight features the only team that is higher than a 6 seed, which is absolutely crazy. It's 10th seeded Arkansas going up against Texas Tech. Now, the Hogs, they've pulled off back-to-back upsets against Bill Self and Rick Pitino to start the tournament. What have you seen in the fight from this team, Coach?
Arkansas is they've been a great story this year.
Yeah.
Because remember, in the SEC play, they started off 0-5. This team was, and they had some tough losses and injuries. Now they get Boogie Flan back, which not many teams is getting that type of a player returning to your lineup right before the NCAA tournament. I expect him to play even better. But, Janelle Davis, he struggled throughout SEC play, averaging around 10 points a game. In the last 8 games, he's averaging about 15. And his improved play in rounds 1 and 2 in the NCAA tournament has been a catalyst for this team.
What are your thoughts about their journey so far?
No, it's impressive. I mean, they were 0-5 in SEC play, as Avery mentioned. Right after they go 0-5, Boogie Flan goes down with what they presume to be a season-ending injury. This is a guy who was a potential lottery pick at the time. So, the talent that John Calipari has accumulated at Arkansas has slowly won out. They're not playing like, the 3-point reliant offense that maybe some of the most progressive offenses are playing in college basketball. They don't necessarily have the best defense in college basketball, but in terms of just pure talent, athleticism, go let them make plays. What they did against Kansas in the first round, what they did against St. John's in the second round. This team has beat 2 Hall of Famers in consecutive games. Yeah. Bill Self and Rick Pitino. To get to this point is very, very impressive from the Arkansas Razorbacks. Yeah,
you got to ask about the coaching situation and just experience when it comes to the importance of that in this tournament. So you got Coach Cal on one side, and then you have Grant McCasland on the other. How much does that experience play into having success in the tournament, Coach?
The experience is critical, all right? And we've given Coach Cal his flowers. He's earned it. He's beat 2 Hall of Fame coaches. He's Hall of Famer. But with Coach Grant McCasland, this guy paid his dues at Baylor. I was there. I went to quite a few practices. I covered him when he was at North Texas for CBS Sports Network. Now he's doing an incredible job at Texas Tech. So even though he doesn't have the long runway of experience in the NCAA tournament as Coach Cal, Coach Grant McCasland is no slouch. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing with McCasland, right, is this is a guy who was hired to be kind of the defensive bully. Texas Tech loves to have an identity on defense. And this season, they're one of the best offenses in college basketball. So his evolution as a coach, I mean, they hit slam after slam in the transfer portal with JT Toppin among them, the Big 12 Player of the Year. So the way that they've played this season, I think, is more impressive. Just the evolution of him as a coach. Texas Tech, one of the most dangerous teams in the NCAA tournament because they're balanced. They've always had a really good defense. Their offense has finally caught up.
They faced 2 double-digit seeds coming into this one. Give me a player you're excited to see in this matchup.
It's JT Toppin,
there you go.
The Big 12 Player of the Year. He's been dominant in the NCAA tournament. I think it's going to be an interesting matchup because Arkansas's front line, they have a lot of length. They have a lot of athleticism, and Toppin has been tremendous and really has not been able to be stopped in the NCAA tournament. Drake, of course, in the second round, just did not have the personnel to match up with Toppin. He was fabulous on the boards, on the offensive glass, scoring on offense. So, I think this is going to be a tough matchup for Texas Tech and for Toppin especially. If Toppin has a big game tonight, I think Texas Tech is going to advance. But Arkansas has the talent, I think, to match up pretty well with him on defense.
I think the key for Arkansas is you can't survive tonight by making 2 threes. What you did against St. John's, this is a different team. And I love, like you said, how Texas Tech has evolved in their offensive philosophy and just their whole overall game plan. That you can't necessarily win games consistently playing in the 50s the way he did at North Texas. So this is a tremendous offensive team. Janelle Davis, he's got to make some threes. Those perimeter players from Arkansas, they got to make some shots against this Texas Tech team. Otherwise, it's going to get away from them.
I'm excited. Basketball is back. We missed it the last few days. Kyle Boone, Avery Johnson breaking down tonight's action. We appreciate you guys. And, of course, you can catch all the action on CBS and with our partners. We'll also be streaming on Paramount+. We've got 4 games on this evening, 4 tomorrow. It is a Sweet 16, baby, and the time is now.